Welcome. Today we will be making a fresh veggie sushi. Let's begin. First, let's go over our ingredients. We have our white rice. Now you can use any kind of rice here. Brown rice will do as well. We have our organic Pacific nori seaweed sheets that are untoasted. And we have our fresh sliced veggies. We have some carrot, cucumber, red onion, sweet bell pepper, and avocado, as well as sesame seeds. And of course, we have some soy sauce for dipping. Oh, I almost forgot. We need some water for our hands and knife because the rice gets super sticky. Also, we have our burner here where we'll be toasting our fresh nori sheets, and you'll see that in just a second. So first things first, we're gonna toast our nori sheets. We're gonna take them out of this Ziploc bag, but we wanna do it carefully because these can easily tear. They're a bit fragile. We're gonna be using about 5 nori sheets to make sushi for 2 people. So that's about 2.5 rolls per person. You can see what these look like a little bit closer. So we've counted out the 5 nori sheets that we want to use, and we're going to put the rest back into the bag carefully. And then we want to ensure that we seal this bag tightly so that the seaweed sheets stay fresh. Now it's time to toast. We're going to turn our burner on to a medium-high heat, and we're going to individually toast these. But be careful. We're going to take our time and try and hold the sheets over the fire to create a little bit of a toasting. The way that you can tell that these are toasted is that the color turns from a dark black to a dark green color, and it wilts just a bit. So we're going to do that one by one, holding the sheet directly above the fire. Okay, now that we've got our 5 toasted sheets, we're ready to go. If you look carefully, these now have a greenish tint to them. That means that they're toasted and deliciously crispy. So now that we're done with our burner, we're gonna move that over and just make some space to start rolling. We're gonna clean off any seaweed snacks that were left behind. And set up our station for rolling. Okay, we have our roller in place. We have our seaweed in place. We're gonna put our rice directly on to our seaweed. And we're gonna start to push that down so that it sticks onto the seaweed. So you want to take your time adding rice to make sure that you're evenly distributing it throughout the roll. Some like more rice than others, but most importantly, we want to make sure that the rice is sticking to the seaweed sheet as much as possible and that we're evenly spreading out the amount of rice throughout the entire seaweed sheet. Now this rice is extremely sticky, so be prepared to have sticky rice hands. Then we're going to sprinkle some sesame seeds right onto the rice for extra flavor and a bit of crunch. Okay, we've added our rice and sesame seeds. Take a look at what that looks like. We've left a little bit of an edge at the end with no rice. We're going to flip it over. Notice the edge with no rice, which is important for sealing at the end. Then we're going to add our ingredients. First, some cucumber. Then we're going to add some carrot. And we're trying to evenly distribute this, making sure that one side doesn't have more than the other because we want our roll to be even. Next, we're going to use some yellow sweet bell pepper. Then we're going to add some pieces of avocado. Then we're going to put a few pieces of cilantro or your favorite herb. Then a few slices of red onion or scallion. It's up to you. Now it's time to roll. We're going to pick up the roller and use it to tuck in the sushi as tightly as possible. And we're forming it into a shape while rolling at the same time. We're going to keep rolling forward, slowly tightening with each roll. Then we're going to seal at the end here with water. And that's why we had to leave that lip without rice, to ensure that the roll seals properly. Okay, now we have a solid roll. We want to kind of tuck in any foods that escaped on the ends by just kind of pushing those in and forming our roll. We want to pick it up and ensure that the bottom has been sealed. Now it's time to cut. We want to make sure we're using a serrated knife, and we want to start in the middle. That way we can ensure some even slices. We also want to make sure to get our knife a little wet. That will help the knife from sticking to the rice and unraveling the sushi. Now that the roll is cut into even slices, we are going to place it directly onto our plate. Now we're on to roll number 2. But this time we're going to do it a little bit differently. First, we're going to dip our hands in the water to prevent the sushi rice from sticking. Then we're going to grab a good amount of sushi rice and spread that onto our seaweed as evenly as possible. Okay, now that our rice is complete, we're going to come in with a little bit more water, hit it with some sesame seeds for flavor and texture. We're going to wipe our hands again, and we're going to come directly with the avocado on the inside this time, leaving the seaweed on the outside. This creates a different texture in the mouth when chewing the sushi initially from the rolls that have the rice on the outside. We're going to roll this one in the same way we rolled the other one, and we made sure to leave a little bit of space at the end with no rice for sealing. We are then going to dip into the water and use it like glue to seal the seaweed and close the sushi roll. Then we're going to ensure that all of the veggies are inside by forming and squishing in anything that may have escaped, forming our roll again, and now it's time to cut. We dip our knife into the water to prevent any sticking, and then we begin to slice. Then we are going to plate these right next to our first roll to the best of our ability, attempting to create some beauty. Now we're on to roll number 3. We're going to continue in the same process as before. So sit back, relax, and watch me make some sushi. Okay, all of our sushi rolls are complete. We have the plate here, 2.5 rolls. We also have our other plate with 2.5 rolls as well. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe for more delicious plant-based recipes and how-tos. Go ahead and follow us at Holistic Chefs on Instagram and Facebook, as well as holistic_chefs at Twitter. Until next time, stay hungry, my friends.